What's up there, guys? Welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We are back in our little place. I'm going to have a quick look at our stash. Can we actually equip... Oh my god, what? Can you equip stuff on Dante? You could give him an advanced drone repair kit and a pneumonia trauma kit. Weird. Maybe we can take him on missions later. Oh, it's because it's following me. So we can't actually equip the rest of the squad from here, but we can do that pre-mission anyway. I want to dump this shotgun in our stash. A drag and drop, sweet. I also want to dump the phosphorus grenade and probably keep the rest. I think it's pretty handy me having the ability to heal and get my squad back up because I'm more likely to stay up than they are, you know? I just feel like I'm much more tanky than everyone else. But we definitely want to give the Ares Predator to, what's his face? Blitz. So yeah, last episode we chatted with a few of the crew. We learned about Blitz's woman troubles. We learned about Iger's nickname. We learned a little bit of Glory's tragic backstory, which is probably going to be pretty grim when we get that far. Oh, there's Dietrich. I wondered where he was. Let's do Dietrich. Hey, buddy. What's up? You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me, anything at all, then you call on me, and I'll come running. How's Alexander? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Styles' programming. It might take a while, but he'll adjust to life here in the Cruise Bazaar. In the meantime, I found a good home for him. Samuel's agreed to take him in. Oh, is that why? Samuel's employees have no love for humanists. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for the kid will be to learn through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different than anyone else. Fair dues. First few days will be rough, no question, but it'll make it through and come out the other side a better man for it. Yeah, we'll try and, like, you know, I can't think what the word is, but yeah, we'll agree with him on that one. Dietrich claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you about before we climbed into the van? Oh, the Dragon Slayer, yeah. That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words, heroic actions back in that swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has seen fit to grant me his favour. His grin widens. And now I know what that means, and what I can do with it. Don't keep me in suspense, man, tell me. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing to begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power you feel is his power, pouring through the ether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I consecrate a patch of ground, and as long as I stand in that spot, all of my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? Yeah, I was kind of hoping for something like that, but let's not say that. It might upset him. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. We don't need to ask about other mages. We haven't got any other mages. Pretty good, ain't it? Never heard of another shaman who could do something like this. We must have really made an impression. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learning to properly control it, and I'm sure that you've got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else that needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use this. Sounds good, Dietrich. You've leveled up, son. You too, boss. He has leveled up like a boss. Okay, Paul Ansel. Here I am. We've done it, mate. We did it. Are you happy? Slick, welcome back. I have news for you. In your absence, I've been looking into the Harfeld Manor. Whatever Fishwingy is up to, it is both large-scale and well-funded. I've uncovered a money trail leading from holding companies all over the world to an offshore fund with a dummy address. From there, all of that freshly laundered money flows directly into the Harfeld estate. How much money? I can't name an exact figure, but we're talking about a lot of money, in the millions of new yen most certainly. Whatever the Firewing is planning, she has access to all the resources she'll need to carry it out. Yeah, what do you think she might be planning? Yes, and look where it got her. When the Firewing launched her attack on humanity, it was an act of hubris. She lashed out because she didn't consider our species to be a threat. It would be equally hubristic for us to assume that she will make the same mistake twice. I'll continue digging into this while you and the team tackle your next run. With luck, I'll have more information to share upon your return. Sounds good, mate. One last thing, Slick. Mallet was able to restore the readable surface on one of Green Winter's DVDs. If you'd like to take a look, you'll find it sitting beside... If you'd like to take a look, you will find it sitting beside the player. Just one of them? She's still working on the others. Many of them are extensively damaged, and getting anything off of them is proven to be quite a chore. She has told me that she'll be in touch if and when she makes any headway. Okay. Let's watch some DVDs. The media tray of the DVD player, blah 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 blah. Load the second DVD, I guess. Oh my god, there's tons of stuff on here. 6 tracks. Could be a whole series of Friends. The software of the spinning DVD is punctuated by an occasional rattling sound. The scratched LCD display comes to life and a menu fills the screen. Track 1. What was Green Winters' voice? I can't remember. The screen goes black for a moment, then Green Winters appears on the screen. The timestamp on the video reads 2054, 11:11. He was sort of rushed, wasn't he? Alright, as I said in my last recording, I've been having trouble finding hard facts on Verschwingi, so I thought I'd open things up a bit. Let's see what the rumour mill has to say. The screen jumps and Winters reappears in a different location. He is now clutching a mug of soy calf in both hands, and there are bags under his eyes. I love this guy, he's so cool. Well, that was enlightening, assuming that any of it was true, that is. So for the past 5 hours, I've been poking around some of the crazier fringe theories related to dragons and the Sox. As a reminder, the Sox is an irradiated wasteland between France and Germany. It got zoned off back in '08 after the Cattenom-Gau reactor meltdown. Anyway, there are all kinds of rumours floating around the place. I've heard stories about a walled city in there that operates on the survival of the fittest, kill or be killed basis. Sort of like a nightmare inversion of Berlin, all the anarchy but none of the stability that the F-state provides. The radiation poisoning, cancer and mana pollution are just the icing on the cake. So when Adrian helped the Luftwaffe shoot Verschwingi down, she crashed into the Sox. That much is well known. What isn't well known is that all the modern day myths that have arisen about her since, and tonight I've heard an earful. I chatted up a girl who claimed to be a ghost rat. That's a smuggler that operates in the Sox. She told me about a dragon cult called the Disciples of the Cleaning Fire. Apparently these cultists worship some sort of radioactive ghost dragon. Could be Verschwingi, or it could be nothing, but it's worth digging into, all the same. Another thing that my little ghost rat told me, the popular rumour in the Sox is that Verschwingi's astral form was, I guess you'd say, mutated by all of that background radiation. Some of the glowpunks out there say that she's shed her body like an old coat. Others say that she's trapped, doomed to languish as an intangible radioactive ghost. I don't know how much credence to give any of this. After all, I don't have any proof that my ghost rat is even a ghost rat. She might be, well, but then she could also be a run-of-the-mill glowpunk. Or maybe she's just yanking my chain, and she's never been into the Sox at all. Who knows? Well, it's food for thought anyway. I don't know whether the thought of some radioactive ghost dragon thing is any scarier than a genuine dragon is, but it's interesting all the same. Now the big question is, will any of this get me any closer to finding Adrian? Adrian! I'm going to go out on a limb and say no, but you can never tell. Winters leans forward and presses something off screen. The display goes black. Track 2. The video reads 2054, 11:12. 12th of November, 2054. Alright, let's continue thinking outside the box. After the Dragonfall, the great dragon Kaltenstein came flying into the Sox to rescue the Firewing, but he was driven off, some say killed, by Lofear and Nebelher. So what if there's another dragon involved in all of this? Winters grabs a thick leather-bound tome from a shelf behind him, licks a finger and begins to leaf through it. Alright, so let's run down the list of major dragons that could be helping her. First, there's the Golden Worm, Lofear. Lofweir. Boof. I'm assuming it's a V, because it's a sort of German-style setting for most of it. So we'll go with Lofweir, the CEO of Seda Krupp, and quite possibly the single most dangerous being on Earth. Lofweir is a local boy, so he'd be in a position to help Verschwingi. He certainly has the financial capability to help her. He could send a small army to the Sox if he wanted to. So he's definitely got the means, but I can't see how he'd have the motive. He actively prevented the Firewing's rescue back in 2012, after all. Same thing is true for Nebelher, so let's scratch both of them off the list. He flips a page, frowning. Interesting as well that that's a gold dragon that's bad. I mean, obviously, if you're familiar with standard Dungeon Dragons, gold dragons are usually good. But I believe in Shadowrun, I don't think any of the dragons are good. I think they're all evil, pretty much. And they're just sort of locked in this power struggle amongst themselves. Anyway, he flips a page, frowning. We've got Aiden, the Great Suresh. He's operating out of Turkey. By all accounts, he's not a fan of Lofweir, but they're actively competing for territory in the Middle East. So I suppose that could be considered motive. Reviving the firing might cause problems for the Golden Worm. But would he risk a war with Sadie Kroop by straying on to Lothfire's territory? Again, I don't think it's likely. He turns another page. There's Celador, out of Wales. Ah, and that's a sort of Welsh name for him as well. That's good. Maybe they take on names based upon where in the world they are, so the German dragons will have German names. He's pretty heavily invested in Transys Neuronet, so he's got the money, but he's too busy dealing with the BTL killer scandal. Sorry, just in my head, my brain read that as BLT killer, like killing people with a bacon sandwich. Oh shit. The BTL killer scandal that Transys is going through out in London to get his claws dirty in the socks. Flip. Dunkelzahn, out in the UKAS. He pauses, shakes his head, then he slams the tome shut. Nah, this is a waste of time. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am. The Firewing is acting alone. Dragons don't cooperate unless they absolutely have to. That's true. After all, why bother making nice with your equals when you've got an entire planet full of pawns at your disposal? They don't need to work together. They have us to exploit. Track 3. While this track does load, it's clearly corrupted. The screen fills with a meaningless stream of text. Oh my god. Does any of this look like it could be useful to us, boys and girls? Old/E. Oh man, what do you reckon? Is this code? If it is, it would be pretty hard to break down. The X's are obviously irrelevant, as are the dashes, as far as I can tell. .exe XYECK. It might just be gibberish. I'm not in the mood for code breaking, so I'm not going to do it. I was thinking, should I write it down and see if it is a code, but I can't be asked. If it is, I'm sure the game won't make us work it out. It'll have something coded in. This file is partially garbled. You can recognise a few words here and there, but they're interspersed amidst a solid block of corrupted text. Vauclair and still my big brother. Still searching for the Firewing. I'll swear to Leon. I'll swear to... I don't know. I will find you. If it's the last thing I do. Not getting any closer. I'll swear to... New research, turning up, don't know who. Okay, not a lot to go off there. Another one. This looks very similar to the other one, just random gibberish. In fact, it looks like it might be the exact same text. So now we know that it's definitely not important. The screen goes black and the same digital chime that you heard on the Dragonfall DVD plays again. A crackle of static fills the air, followed by that same now familiar electronic whine. A few moments later, the display goes live. Oh, Adrian Vauclair. He was posh and British, I think, wasn't he? Vauclair looks haggard. His eyes are heavily bagged and bloodshot, and his hair is mussed. He holds a cigarette in an unsteady hand. Hermie, it's me. I can't sleep. I don't know where you are, out having fun, no doubt, maybe flirting with one of those unattainable beauties that you're always chasing. He tries on a smile, but it quickly disappears. He takes a drag on his cigarette. That's good. I want you to live a pleasant, normal life. After all, one of us should. Vauclair rubs his eyes. I can still smell the smoke, Hermie. It's almost a year later, and I can still taste the stench of burning corpses. When I sleep, I can hear the sirens and the screams. There is no sound in this world as horrible as a burn victim's screams. The doctors would call this PTSD, I'm sure. They'd have me in therapy, maybe dose me up on SSRIs like they do to our veteran soldiers. He chuckles, then takes another drag. Quite a story for the tabloids. The great dragon slayer, Adrian Vauclair, mentally incapable of wrestling with his own demons. He shakes his head. No therapy for me, and certainly no medication. I have a reputation to live up to, however poorly deserved it is, and however little I want it. He pauses, stubs out his cigarette. The dragon is still alive, Hermie. Of that I am certain. One day I will find her, and then, perhaps, I'll be able to sleep through the night. The display goes black, and the background whine fades away. A moment later, you find yourself deposited back at the menu screen. Ejection. Power down the DVD player. Rewind the discs. We're done. Okay, right, well, I'd imagine the next thing to do is check the computer, but in the meantime, let's level up and save. Spend karma. And how do we want to spend our karma? That's the question. I mean, body's always nice, but we've got a lot to spend, and putting some in our quickness could be quite good. What do we get? 8 quickness. Oh, it's just the maximum for trolls. Range combat. It says it unlocks special abilities, but it really doesn't. Oh, I'm guessing it does, but it just isn't going to tell you. I see. Could increase our rifling skill. Could increase our dodge. That would be pretty handy. I like the idea of increasing our dodge. What else? What other options have we got? Do you want some spells? It doesn't seem that good, does it? What about sorcerer, shamanistic stuff? I don't fancy that either. Looks like we get some sort of barriers and shield-based stuff. No, let's stick with our combat skills, I think. Let's increase... If we put a point in quickness, that leaves us with 6. And we could put 3 in dodge, 3 in rifle. No. It costs 4. Oh, I see. We're at 3. It costs 4. So we could put 6 in body. And then with our next points, we'll put some in rifle and dodge. How does that sound? So we've sort of toughened ourselves up and we'll work on the actual combat skills a little bit later. Let's do that. That sounds good to me. Right. Karma spent. Let's make a save. Save over that one. And then we'll go have a look at the computer, because I think that's probably what we're meant to do next. Wow, Dante makes a weird noise when he walks. Right, let's check the inbox. We have 2 unread messages. We have a message from Gunnari Metback. If you value new hardware coming into the Cruise Bazaar, we need to talk. One of my weapon shipments was hijacked by a local gang. I can promise 500 new yen, and if you can recover this shipment, I'll have some new gear on the shelf. Come see me for the details. Okay. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Durr. He will be expecting you. Come alone. We should probably go do both of those things then. Check the status of the ALBIS fund. Brilliant. Anything on the jobs? Claim payment for the Humanist data steal. Sweet. Oh, look at that. 3,750 new yen. Sweet. Here is your payment as promised. Thank you. Payment from client. Deductions for crew salary, ammunition, and resupply cost. Automatic deduction for ALBIS funds. Remainder sent to Slicks. Oh, I see. Review notes on completed jobs. Oh, that was just a recap. Okay, we don't need that. Any other new messages? Nope. Jobs directory. View pending and active jobs. Okay, I'm just skipping through this because it's just informational for me. Okay. Greetings, Herr Amsel. I trust this connection is secure. Naturally, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Call me Herr Schmidt. Very well, Herr Schmidt. You have some business for me. Indeed, I have a job for your team. A simple matter. Just about what I've heard of your team. I you're well suited. Yada yada yada. AG Chemi Europe is working on a company-wide project, something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they're keeping a working prototype of this new venture at their building facility, and we want to steal it. I can tell the prototype has been branded Mark 6. I can also tell you that your team will find at the 25th floor of the Berlin facility in the office of one Albrecht Haushofer. Further, I can assist your team disabling building security and gain access to the 24th floor. From there, they'll be on their own. Your team will be rewarded 20,000 new yen. That's pretty good. 22,500. Okay, fine. Haushofer's office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is very old-fashioned of the mechanical variety. I'll provide your team with a copy of the key. And a black box to override the building security. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the Mark 6, have them exit through the same garage. Okay. We'll accept the job. Okay. Right, that's quite interesting. Right. Let's also have a look at the farm and cleanup job then. Herr Fuchs. Wow. Classic German name. It might be a morally troubling mission. Oh, shit. You may call me Herr Fuchs. I would like to retain your team's service to clean up a mess. My employers dispatched a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at a local Schering Pharma AG lab. Unfortunately, they botched the job. The team was eliminated, but we have reliable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. If this rogue agent was to spill information leading back to my employers, it could lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. Employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. The captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thorvald Enstad. We need him neutralised before he can inform us to his captors. The team wanted to shoot its way and eliminate Enstad and exit the facility. 15,000. 15,000, but we have to break in and fucking kill a bunch of people. I mean, are we okay with this? Are we? You know, how are we going to play this, guys? Do we want to be moralistic, or do we want to play it as impartial? It's a job. A job's a job. We're trying to stop a fucking dragon here. This could be the funds we need. You know, is that the deal? I'm going to decline for now, and leave it as pending, and see what you guys think. Are we a good guy, or are we a neutral guy? Is what I'm asking there. The ALBIS fund has 21,000 in. We'll check the Shadowrun BBS as well. Where to find elves? Is there any elf clubs or bars in the downtown area? I really want to meet one. They're just so beautiful. Maybe we can go dancing. Do elves like dancing? Wow. There's one on Torstralb. Bring a bouquet of roses. Elves love a romantic. The elf clubs I know, members only due to creepy groupies like you, not really appealing when a guy's only after them for the shape of their ears. That is amazing. Oh man, I love the Shadowrun BBS. It's like going on 4chan. It's fucking crazy. Just got one of these from a Transist NeuroNet rep. Wants me to sell them in my store, so I took the puppy for a test drive. Signal quality is insane. It makes for a huge difference in comfort and decking fatigue. I can stay jacked in for hours and feel fine. Last session I had to set a timer just so I wouldn't forget to eat. Specs on that thing look impressive, but I'm an Allegiance man. Does the comfort really make that much of a difference? My decks are generally beaters anyway. Allegiance? What are you doing with that thing? Playing video games? Any serious decking is going to require way more horsepower than that thing can push, even overclocked. Only a crappy decker blames their gear. I do just fine, thanks. I like that guy. How much is Transys paying you to post this shizer on here? Benno is a fraud. I broke my first rule. Always get full payment up front. Left me hanging for 50% of the cash after I completed the job. I'm sure he'll have changed his name by the time this posting goes up. Male elf, brown hair, gold eyes. Looked to be in his mid-30s. Be careful you work for out there. Never thought I'd see you admit to a mistake on here. Thanks for the heads up. I'll keep my eyes open. We'll forward any info I come across if you're still looking to collect from the guy. ProShot sent you some surveillance footage. Is this your man? Oh, that was Blitz! Blitz posted that! Oh my god, Blitz found the guy. That is so cool. Sure is. Nice one. I'll split the take with you if this lead pans out. Good to see there's still some honour among runners. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. We should pay attention to who's posting and see if anyone else posts on there. Hoi chummers, I could use your help. Every time I jack into the Matrix these days, I'm flooded with junk mail. There's so much of it I can't even see. Can anyone help me? Great, another newbie who thinks he's on a tech support board. Hey, stuff it. I wouldn't ask, but I'm desperate. I can't deck like this. Alright, Thunder, calm down. It sounds like an ad bot is keyed into your deck. Been poking around anywhere sketchy lately? I don't need details. A simple yes or no will do. No, Bandit. I haven't been anywhere like that. I swear. Please help me. Would you want to bet that he gave his personal info to some scam site? I'll give you 10 to 1 odds. No, I don't think so. All I've done was make an online dating profile. Wow, you fucking noob. Let me guess, meet and mate. How did you guess? That's not a real dating site, Thunder. It's a place where desperate people go to get infected with malware. But what do I do? How do I make it stop? I don't know. Buy a new deck. Best of luck. Wow, that poor guy. Serves him right, though. You know what I mean? Fucking stupid thing to do. Let's post some pay data. We'll sell the Humanist Safe House list. Okay, cool. We'll put that up for sale. See who wants to buy that. Excellent. Wow, fucking hell, we've done so much. We've done so much today. It's actually crazy. And we've barely moved. We've literally just stood in this small area doing cool things. But we've learned a lot. So we need to take... I want to go speak to Gennari about the missing shipment, because that sounds like something that I want to be a part of. Take the U-Bahn to AG Chemi Europa, because we accepted that job, which we'll definitely do as well. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And then, basically, I mean, this series has been pretty light on comments, but if you are watching, what do you think about the dodgy job? What do you think about going in and eliminating that guy for the greater good? I mean, this is Shadowrun. You know, normally I tend to play games, you know, I tend to go good rather than evil when you've got those moral choices. Is there even a real moral choice there, like game mechanic wise? So I don't think there's an alignment system, but it might piss off some of the Shadowrunners. I don't know. I'd imagine Iger's cool either way. She's probably down with, yep, job's a job. Blitz is probably fine as long as he gets paid. Dietrich, I don't know if he might have issues with it, because he seems like a pretty good guy. And Glory... Don't know, Glory. She's a bit hard to read. I mean, the thing is, Amsel was obviously fine with it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have, you know, he wouldn't have took the time to even show us it, you know. So maybe it's cool. Tell me what you think. But for now, I'm going to save it here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.